On April 13th, 2021, the price of entry to purchase one Bitcoin reached a record high of $63,729, which placed crypto's market cap at a whopping $814 billion. This sparked major interest from many institutional investors looking to grow their wealth using crypto.
So we're going to be talking about institutional investors in crypto.
There's been institutional investment, more and more Wall Street firms getting in.
2 to 20 billion in assets under management last year for that Bitcoin trust. Most of that institutional.
Bitcoin over the past few years has seen a major rise in popularity, from just starting out to being able to purchase a pizza to now with a market cap of over $800 billion. This is much different from investing in stocks, index funds, or into a 401k. And the question is, why?
In a turn of events, Elon Musk announcing Tesla will no longer accept Bitcoin payments.
Gareth, stocks are down, crypto's down, Bitcoin's down like 20% overnight.
A drop of in excess of 30%, a rebound in excess of 30%. And
Volatility does seem to be the only constant in the crypto universe.
Because of its extreme volatility in the market, fluctuating in price, creating high demand in certain months, and panic selling in some. For those lucky to invest in Bitcoin during its infancy, it has made many longtime holders into millionaires, which sparks a big question about cryptocurrency and the market as a whole. Can you really make money with Bitcoin?
There are cases that it's a giant pyramid scheme and people are getting sucked into it.
Has characteristics of an open Ponzi. In other words, everybody knows it's a Ponzi.
Lots of retail investors and traders are joining the space because of the huge gains.
My guess is that crypto is here to stay, and probably here to stay as a kind of digital gold.
Bitcoin is essentially a decentralized digital currency that allows parties to buy, sell, and exchange directly without the use of a third-party entity. In other words, just in the same way where you go to the store and make a purchase with your debit card, your bank will be the intermediary that dictates whether that transaction will go through based on the available funds that you have in your account. With Bitcoin, the whole process is built on a digital record, also known as the blockchain. This blockchain is essentially a linked body of data made up of blocks that contain information about every single transaction, with blocks dating back to the very first transaction when Laszlo Hanyecz paid 10,000 Bitcoin for just 2 pizzas. In the Bitcoin world, a block is composed of a header and a long list of transactions. To put it simply, imagine a ledger with transactions occurring every second. You have David sending Goliath 1 Bitcoin, then you have Elon sending Bezos 10 Bitcoin, then of course those list of transactions goes on as they appear every second. This ledger is made available to the public, and anyone who has access to a computer can easily gain access to this ledger by just downloading the Bitcoin Core application. So you might be asking, since this ledger is made available to the public, won't that mean that everyone can see your personal details? Well, fortunately in the Bitcoin world, instead of using personal details such as a person's name or address, it instead operates by using what is called a public and private key. Every user that has a digital wallet is assigned a public and private key, and that is set up when you first open your crypto wallet. More on that in just a second. Your public key essentially allows you to receive cryptocurrency transactions, and it operates in the same way as if you wanted to send another user on PayPal money. Or if you have ever sent someone physical mail, you'd need that person's physical address to know where to send it to. Your public key is essentially a random sequence of letters and numbers that is used whenever you want to receive crypto, and your private key is necessary in order to prove that you are the owner of that currency, which is why it's important to keep your private key a secret and to never share that information with anyone else. You'll typically find your private key in your cryptocurrency wallet, and this could be in the form of an app, desktop software, or a specialized device. So, how do you even get a crypto wallet in the first place? In order to send or receive any form of cryptocurrency, you first need to set up what is called a crypto wallet. This wallet doesn't act in the same way where you carry a physical wallet full of cash. Instead, it's a virtual wallet that stores public and private keys that enable you to manage your crypto. There are two categories of wallets that are used to differentiate cryptocurrency wallets, the first being hot wallets. Hot wallets are considered to be the most popular and provide ease of access, especially for new crypto holders. Apps and applications such as Coinbase, Binance, and Gemini are considered to be hot wallets. This is because they rely on an internet connection where they save and store your private and public keys in order to gain access to your crypto. These types of wallets are generally free, and for most beginner investors, it's a good start to learn more about investing in crypto. The second type of wallet is referred to as the cold wallet, and cold wallets are considered to be the least popular but provide the best security and have a good set of advantages compared to hot wallets. Cold wallets can come in a variety of forms. They could be in the form of a physical hardware such as a USB device, or a paper wallet, which is essentially a printed document with your public and private keys. The main distinction between these two types of wallets is that for hot wallets, they are typically free, easy to set up, and they're a lot easier to transact online. And for most beginner or frequent users who transact using crypto, typically hot wallets are going to be what you're going to be using most often. The only downside to hot wallets is that since these wallets require internet access, vulnerabilities and possible security threats could jeopardize you losing your crypto to malicious hackers or possible security loopholes. Cold wallets, on the other hand, offer a stronger sense of security when it comes to protecting your crypto. Cold wallets such as Ledger and Trezor offer a more secure way of storing your crypto without the need to be connected to the internet, making it practically immune to hackers and possible security threats. This is especially important if you have a large amount of digital assets and you want to ensure that it's protected from any malicious hackers or people who are trying to steal your crypto. The only downside to carrying cold wallets such as Ledger and Trezor is having to purchase a physical device and ensuring that device actually supports the crypto that you want to carry. So with everything we've just covered, how do you actually make money with crypto? Your first option in increasing your wealth through crypto can be done through a process called Bitcoin mining. Bitcoin mining is not in the literal sense of mining for Bitcoin. Instead, it relies on using your computer's hardware and processing power to solve mathematical transactions that form a blockchain. Miners are then rewarded with Bitcoin for verifying blocks of transactions to the blockchain network. Mining crypto can seem like a no-brainer for most people. Set up a computer, solve complex problems, and then you're rewarded with Bitcoin. In the early days of Bitcoin mining, this process could have easily been done through one's personal computers, but increased competition and now with a high demand in Bitcoin, it has become much more competitive and does require an upfront investment in hardware costs before you start seeing any sort of ROI. Additionally, the energy costs associated of having to run the hardware and the computing power in order to mine Bitcoin can be financially exhausting. Other options such as Bitcoin mining pools are practically the same thing, but instead of a single person using his or her computing power to mine for Bitcoin, there are a group of miners who share computational resources in order to increase the chance of successfully mining Bitcoin, at the cost of actually sharing the rewarded Bitcoin to the people in that pool. Bitcoin mining at its core might make sense for hardcore crypto holders or users that have the computational power, or even people who have the energy resources or who can afford to pay for those energy resources to actually mine that crypto. But for most beginner investors or beginner crypto holders or even avid crypto investors, this option may not actually make sense. The second way of making money with cryptocurrency is through a process of buying and holding. For example, just in the same way where you purchase stock in a company when it's at its lowest and then selling that stock in a distant future at a higher cost, profiting the rest, You can also do the same with Bitcoin or with any other cryptocurrency. This process involves purchasing and holding crypto such as Bitcoin for extended periods of time. For example, if you purchased one Bitcoin when it hit its price of $10,000 in 2017, then later selling your Bitcoin in the month of April 2021 when it hit its peak of $63,000, then the ROI remaining on that transaction if you sell that Bitcoin totals to about $53,000. Keep in mind, for investors who are looking to see these types of possible returns, they must be willing to hold on to their crypto for extended periods of time, regardless of price fluctuations, decrease in demand, and as well as its extreme volatility. Things such as news events, taxes, environmental concerns, security breaches, and any other direct conflict can cause changes in Bitcoin's price. And it's important to understand that if you're just getting started in crypto, that you understand and accept the risks associated with it before you invest any sort of money into it. And once you do decide to invest or purchase crypto, it should be money that you can afford to lose or money that you'd be willing to invest. Additionally, Bitcoin is among many of the other cryptocurrencies out there, and as an investor, you should look into other forms of digital currencies if you want to diversify your crypto. Ultimately, this is a long-term strategy that requires patience, emotional discipline, and unwavering faith. The third most common way of making money with crypto is through a process called day trading. For those of you unfamiliar with day trading is essentially traders who purchase and sell assets, and then they sell those assets within a single day, sometimes within seconds to minutes to hours. The purpose of day trading is to make calculated trades on assets that you might deem successful, then selling that asset within the same day, hoping to make an ROI on your investment. Traders will need to have upfront capital to invest, and as well as have the emotional discipline and stamina to make many trades at once while understanding that they might lose money. Additionally, they will also need a good understanding of data, graphs, and as well as candlestick charts. Day trading crypto such as Bitcoin makes it so appealing because due to its high volatility, you can easily see the price of Bitcoin fluctuate drastically within just a few hours, making successful traders lots of money in the process. To finalize the process of day trading, keep in mind it requires lots of research, patience, and as well as relying on news and headlines in order to make calculated trades. There are tons of videos on YouTube on day trading and how to trade it successfully, people selling courses and people selling info products on that type of stuff. Now, I encourage you to do your own research before actually doing it. Don't just go into it just because you think you can make a lot of money. Instead, it should be done from the perspective that you could make a lot of money and you could also lose a lot of money. Keep in mind it also does require a good understanding of graphs and charts such as candlestick charts are also something that is heavily used among the trading community. So I do recommend looking into that if you do decide to get into day trading. Let's be honest, Bitcoin is bound to fall.
Bitcoin plunging by almost 30% to $31,000.
The price falling as much as 15% over the weekend.
The cryptocurrency is now down nearly 15%.
The moves are just enormous.
I do think that I think what's going on definitely will come to a bad ending.
It's incredibly important to understand your role as an investor, as it will greatly determine your level of success and whether or not crypto would be a viable option for you. If you are a new investor or someone looking to get started in investing in crypto, here are a few things that you need to look out for. The first being whether you invest into Bitcoin, Ethereum, or any other type of cryptocurrency, it's important to understand how much you can reasonably invest and how much you'd be okay in losing if the value drops. It's relatively easy to get lost in the endless content of videos and articles with people making bold returns on their crypto or people who have somehow 10x their returns on a new coin. It's important to not let the media or social media sway you into investing into more than you're comfortable with, especially if they are promoting or hyping a specific coin. Which brings me to my next topic. For those of you unfamiliar with pump and dump schemes, it is essentially when an individual or a group of people spread false information about a specific asset. Typically, this is done in order to increase its value or its perceived value. What this does is create hype and FOMO around a specific asset, getting investors to invest into that asset, which in turn causes a brief jump in that asset's value. Then those who were operating that pump and dump scheme then sell their assets after the initial value has been raised, so then that they can reap a profit. And what this does is that the actual value of that asset then drops in value, leaving new investors with heavy losses later on. Recognizing these schemes is vital, and you can often find many of these schemes circulating in YouTube comments, Reddit threads, and even on crypto forums. Always do your research before you invest into any sort of crypto. Hey and hello there everyone. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. This video is essentially the bare bones basics of crypto and Bitcoin, how it got started, the types of wallets out there, and as well as how to make money with crypto. There's a lot of circulation and speculation about the market itself, about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and many other cryptocurrencies out there. I highly recommend that you guys do your own research before investing into crypto, and as well as looking on platforms such as YouTube and Reddit and looking at what's working right now. Now, obviously, this is just all based on speculation, and we don't know whether crypto will be around for a long time. And this is just all based on the faith that crypto is something that we can rely on in the future. Now, in this video, I do recommend a couple of things that you guys should look at. One thing is looking and understanding candlestick charts. When I was researching this video on day trading crypto, it was probably one of the more fascinating things that I have looked at, and being able to read and analyze those types of graphs is incredibly important. If you just Google search candlestick charts or candlestick charts explain, that's something I recommend you guys look at. It's incredibly important. I think it's a very useful skill that if you learn, and if you decide to do the day trading route, that's something that you guys can do. Obviously, do your own research. Don't just rely on my word for it. I'm not day trading crypto or anything like that. There are many videos out there where people are, so I recommend you do your own research and you look into it before you actually look into that. As well as if you do decide to do some sort of crypto mining, or if you have the resources for that. Now, obviously, that's not going to apply to everyone. You do need specific hardware for that, or there is specific hardware built for that. And I would recommend you look into that, like I said. Or if you're doing just the traditional route on what most people are doing right now, which is buying and holding, being able to buy crypto at its lowest or when it dips, and then waiting till it actually increases in value. Like I said, that's going to be based on your patience and your unwavering faith. So if you do decide to do that route, make sure you are ready to invest that money and endure possible losses if it comes down to it. But like I said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you guys did, make sure to smash that thumbs up button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.